Warning, this podcast, website, and associated social media accounts are intended for audiences of legal drinking age. We do not advocate overconsumption or the abuse of alcohol. Never drink and drive, drink responsibly. And please remember to always take what we say with a grain of salt. After all, we are just some dudes with some brews.
We started out by crawling out from under the thumb of the man. We're lovers of God with dad bods, just trying to feed our fam. Go sit right there and grab a beer, you know just what to do. Throw it back, get hammered, and listen to Dudes and Brews. All right, man, so got back from our vacation. Me and the kids, we went with my brother and his family. We went to South Dakota. And you know how I am when I go travel. There's two things I like to do, okay? I like to eat food, and I like to eat at places I'm not going to be able to find here. I'm not going to go to McDonald's or...
I hope not, yeah.
I'm not going to go to like a Roadhouse or something that I can find here.
Okay.
I'm going to find something that's not a chain, hole-in-the-wall place so I can try something new. And I do the exact same thing when it comes to beer. I got to stop by a brewery, got to try the local beer, see if it's any good.
Yep.
So, looked it up online. We went to a state park there in South Dakota is where we camped. And honestly, I was like walking back to camp and I saw a guy it said something about Rapid City, I think is what it was called. Rapid City, South Dakota on the back of his shirt. So I asked him some questions because I saw there were some breweries in Rapid City. We were going to stop by there on the way home. Mm-hmm. And he said there's two places that I should stop by. One of them was, I think it was called Firehouse Brewing Company. And then the other one was Lost Cobin. We ended up going to Firehouse. And Firehouse is really cool because it is an old firehouse. It's the oldest brewery in South Dakota. It's an old firehouse that they renovated into a brewery.
Cool.
When you walk in...
They had the pole?
Dude, the outside of it looks just like a friggin' firehouse.
Look like Ghostbusters?
Like, watch. I'll pull it up here.
Because when I think of firehouse, like a classic firehouse, I think of the Ghostbusters. Cause you know how they renovated an old firehouse to make their Ghostbuster hut?
Dude, I mean, honestly, that's exactly what this thing is. When you walk in, it looks like you're walking into a firehouse.
Cool.
When you walk in, it is no joke. It looks just like a restaurant is what it looks like.
Oh, I like the front of it.
It looks like a restaurant to me.
Yeah, I like the brick and the red.
But yep, this is it. You have an indoor and an outdoor.
Wow, that is cool. So do those double doors open?
They weren't open when we were there because it was really hot. I didn't pay attention to if they did. It would be cool if they did for just like a breeze for when it's like during the fall or like springtime.
What is that? Is South Dakota like cool? I would imagine it being a cooler area.
No, dude. One day it was like 105.
Well, right now it's different because it's 105 all across the nation.
Right.
But I guess normally, where's South Dakota located? First of all,
it's northwest of Nebraska, so it's like above Colorado.
Okay. Above Colorado, right below North Dakota.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yep. From North Dakota, I believe, is a bordering state, like borders Canada.
Oh, okay. So it is kind of northern U.S. Okay.
Yeah. It's it's Midwest, northern Midwest.
Never been there.
Portion of the country. But I mean, it was cool. We had a really good time, but like this place was really cool. Tried a few beers there. I had an IPA. We brought home a stout. They did just flagship beers, not anything crazy. Like I said, I feel like we just get crazy here in Texas. Mm-hmm. Everywhere else, they just do like staples, and they just do them really good.
Yeah. Everybody's fighting to find their niche in the market here in Texas. There's so many breweries popping up.
Right.
And I'm not mad at it.
Oh, I'm not mad at all.
I like it. But I think, like we've said before, sometimes it's good to just go back to the basics.
Right.
And just get a beer that tastes like a beer.
So we're going to kind of be going to the basics, but kind of not at the same time. So I ended up on the way out of there. I said, hey, we got to stop by this brewery. I got to run in and grab some beer.
All right.
So we stopped by Lost Cobin.
Oh, so this is Lost Cobin. I thought this was going to be from that firehouse.
No,
okay.
I just figured I'd tell you my experiences.
Okay.
So stopped by Lost Cobin, walked in and was like, hey, I'm looking to get some beer to go. They're like, okay, well, what do you want? And I go, honestly, I'm from out of town. I'm on my way out of here. I live in Texas, and I'm just looking for some good beer to bring home with me. She's like, okay, well, what kind of beers do you like? I'm like, honestly, anything.
Yep.
Regardless, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna review it on my podcast. So whatever you want. She goes, oh, really? Your podcast? Well, let's talk about it. And I'm like, I really wish I had a business card to give you.
Right.
So we talked about the podcast for a minute. She told me about some of her beers. This is one that they talked about. It is, come to find out, it's just their IPA series. They call it the Woodshop. This is number 11. What's fancy about this one, it's brewed with Kvike yeast. So, and I'm going off memory because I couldn't find this anywhere else, even though she told me I'd be able to find it on the internet, but I'm glad I listened to her. She said with the Kvike yeast, it ferments longer.
Okay.
So it ferments longer like a lager would, because lagers ferment longer at higher temperatures. So very similar to that as far as the way that the yeast works. But yeah, that's what makes this one different than your average IPA, is that they used a Kvike yeast, which is not typical for an IPA. I said, hey, I like your story. Let me have that beer. And yeah, she gave me a whole bunch of stickers and stuff
Cool.
that I left in Nebraska.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna get them when I see my brother again next month.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring them all back.
I love
but yeah,
stickers.
she gave us a bunch of stickers and stuff. We'll have to put some on the fridge.
I like the can, man, and it does give me that feeling of like they're in the workshop and they're trying stuff out.
Yeah.
It's got the blueprints on here. It's got a really cool design, dude. I appreciate this blueprint design.
Yeah, you know, I never thought about that. That's what it sounds like, is that this Woodshop is like it's an experimental IPA where they try new things with it.
Yeah, they're drawing it out. I don't know what this horn's about over here. But it has look at this. It has a hashtag find Lost Cabin.
Wait, where do you see a horn?
Right here. This.
Oh, this like, okay. I was seeing like a canoe and I was like, what?
Oh, the canoe is what they're building. But yeah, look at this hashtag find Lost Cabin, and it's got the coordinates.
Oh, that's cool.
It's Viking. It's a Viking-inspired IPA.
Yeah, that's the Kvike yeast, I guess, is
Kvike.
where that comes from.
Oh yeah, it even sounds Viking. Kvike.
Yeah, Kvike.
Kvike. Yes.
Yeah. So let's crack this one open and see if this one's any good. I mean, I like an IPA. I'm imagining I'll enjoy it. And then I like that it comes in tall boys.
That was what I was about to say. I'm not even joking. I always appreciate these tall boys.
So
did
like,
it come in a 4-pack or 6-pack?
4-pack. 4-pack. But the thing is, like, Martin House used to do nothing but 4-packs. They used to do 4-pack tall boys. And the thing about theirs, what they advertised is more beer, less cans. Like they did like 22-ounce beers or something like that.
And these technically aren't even really tall boys. A tall boy would be like 24 ounce.
Yeah.
This is a pint. So this is you go to the
a pint,
tap
16
room.
ounces, right?
Yeah.
Versus 12.
Versus a 12-ounce can.
Right.
So you go and you get a pint of beer. This is what you would
Yeah,
get.
I think Martin House did 20-ounce beers.
Oh, that ain't bad.
So you get so you would get 40 ounces versus with, what was it, 12 times 6? Yeah. Versus, what is it, 60, 72 ounces? I don't know.
See, that's a true pour right
No,
there.
it'd be, yeah, because it'd be
all the way to
80.
the top.
Yeah, so Martin House did 20-ounce beers because it'd be 80 ounces in total versus 72 ounces. So that's what they advertised was, hey, you get more beer with our 4 even though it's less cans.
Yeah. I can see that.
So you get an extra 8-ounce beer,
Yeah.
8 ounces of beer, which I thought was a cool marketing.
Yeah, 20
ploy.
ounce. That's a good idea.
But yeah, so we'll check
Cool.
this
It's got
one
a
out.
good scent to it, man. That's like a good smelling IPA.
Oh, it smells real.
It's inviting.
Not. I don't know if it's floral or citrus.
It's like a light floral. I think
You
it's
know
gonna be in
what?
that floral area.
Smell it again. I smell mangoes. Like mango, and hold on. And then whatever hop.
So you're thinking it's like a tropical fruit smell.
Well, let's see.
I don't know. I'm kind of smelling a little fruit.
That may
but
be where the mosaic's coming from, but they do a sequoia hop. Sequoia, I'm not.
I
As
think it's
familiar
that yeast I'm smelling. It's really good.
with. I don't know.
This might be my new favorite beer if it tastes anything like it smells.
Let's see.
Light and crisp for an IPA.
Yeah, it doesn't punch you in the face like you would expect for an
Not
IPA.
too crazy. I'm not grazing on that grass.
I'm not. and I'm not mad at it. It goes down smooth, but it's a normal. What is it? 6.7. Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.7, which is a normal for an IPA.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Dude, I like
Got
it.
a good head on it, dude. I like it when it keeps its what is it? What do you call it? Foam?
Yeah.
Keeps its foam.
Yeah, it does. It keeps its foam pretty well.
Yeah. So let's see how this is shown on Untappd, if it's even on there. I guess before I look, because I don't want to be tainted by other people's.
So this is right. I'm looking up what the Kveik yeast is and what's the difference with it. So normal beers ferment right around 70% or 70 degrees, while this goes to about 110. So you ferment at a higher temperatures.
Yeah, and it depends. The flavor depends on the temperature, huh?
Right. It says it can be dried, refused, allowing cultures to be preserved even after the batch is complete. Okay. Yeah, so I guess it's just like she said.
I like that glass right there.
It's a stemless wine glass is what it looks like.
I just like that it says Kveik Fest.
Yeah.
Like there's some sort of festival out there where people make beer with this.
Like with Kveik yeast.
Yeah, with
I
this
guess.
yeast. Yeah, it sounds nice.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, I really enjoy this beer. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is one of the better IPAs that I've had in a long time. It's so smooth. A lot of IPAs have a little bit of bite to them. This one doesn't, and
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it at all.
It goes down smooth. It tastes just like it smells, which I was really hoping for.
So here, this is what it says on Untappd. So Kveik fermented hazy double IPA, dry hopped with boatloads of the Sequoia hop blend and Mosaic. Notes of tropical fruit, citrus, and pine will inspire. They wrote this weird. Inspire you to reach for another. They average a 4.09.
Yeah, on Untappd?
Yep, and I was thinking of 4.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 4.25.
Yeah, I was thinking of 4. Dang, this one's actually really, really tasty.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. I would definitely recommend anybody if you're going to South Dakota to definitely pick one up. Would you say this was better than an IPA that you had at that firehouse?
Yeah, it is. The other one was good, but I mean, check out Firehouse as well. The place is great. They have really good food. The scratch kitchen, so the food's really good.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, and this is where I get lost sometimes. I mean, I drink so much beer that if something doesn't stand out, it doesn't stand out. So
Right.
like their beers were good, but it didn't blow my hair back. So it was just a really good beer. It's a place that I would go if I lived there to go get a beer, but it's not like, holy crap, you have to stop here specifically for the beer. He goes, no, go check out the environment. They had a really nice like park next to it. Seemed like that, and it was downtown, so the downtown life seemed pretty cool if you're gonna go do some shopping and stuff. It's a place to stop by. But like I said, the beers were just good beers, but they weren't like over the top.
Here's the
good,
biggest
if that makes
judge
sense.
of
I mean,
it.
I don't know if I'm saying it right.
No, I'm with you. This is how I would judge it because I know you, and I think I would judge it if you were. Did you buy a T-shirt when you were there?
No, I bought a T-shirt from
All
Lost
right,
Cobin.
all right, there we go. Says it all.
I bought a T-shirt from Lost
When
Cobin.
you're feeling something, you're like, I gotta get a shirt, man.
Yeah, that's true.
I gotta get one. Or if you're like, yeah, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I think the issue that I had with Firehouse is that it didn't feel like a brewery. It felt like a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like when you walk in, it was like I would say pub style where it had like a circle bar in the middle. But like it was so packed and busy that it was literally a restaurant that just happened to brew beers, what it made me think of.
Could you see where they were brewing the beer? Did they
Not at
show?
all.
They didn't display it at all.
You couldn't see that at all.
Yeah, that's always a down.
Yeah. I mean, well, granted,
Downside.
I didn't see that here at Lost Cobin either. Lost Cobin was small. You walk in, you walk right to a bar. Seemed like a tap room. Exactly what you'd expect out of a brewery.
Yeah, dude. I think all breweries should have some sort of, even if it's a glass wall, window, door, you should be able to see where the magic happens.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to a handful of breweries that that do that.
Yeah.
And
I mean, even BJ's Pizza does it.
Oh, do that. I haven't been there in so long.
Yeah, BJ's is kind of like mainstream.
Yeah. BJ's Brew House or Brew Pub.
BJ's is good, man.
I haven't been there in so long. I need to go again.
Their beers are good, man.
Like I went when I was a newbie, a rookie.
Yeah.
A beer rookie. And I was doing, I think I had like their Hefeweizen.
Yeah.
Like that's about what I would drink back then. So like now that have a more refined palate, if I want to sound like an ass, I need to go try out some of their other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna give this one. So you gave it a 4.25. I gave it a 4. For Dudes and Brews, we're gonna give it the higher score because I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not? Show some love. You got a shirt. What does the shirt look like?
It's got a bear on the front of it.
Nice.
It's red and it's got a bear on the front of it.
I like Lost Cabin. That's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just
dude.
that name.
I could tell it was small. I don't know how long they've been around, but like they didn't have a kitchen. They had a food truck outside. So I mean, I know it was small, and I don't know, man. I feel like breweries that have been around for a extremely long period of time, they don't like venturing out of that classic like style of like brewing. While these newer breweries that have been up in the last, I'd say, like 8 to 10 years, are willing to like push the envelope on what they're going to brew, put weird stuff inside their beer just to experiment.
Yeah.
While if they're older than that, they just stick to a tried and true style and don't want to like get outside of that.
Classic recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean, I can appreciate. But yeah, this place seemed newer and more like, hey, more hipster.
I think there should be like something in the middle, though. I think whenever you put out stuff very frequently, and I say that with like loving places that put out beer a lot frequently. You know what I mean? Like I love it, but the average consumer, it's overwhelming. So
right.
I think that somewhere in the middle, there needs to be a happy place where you say like each quarter we're going to put out kind of like this, the Woodshop, the special series where we're trying different things. I think all breweries need to do something like that, where they have some sort of experiment. They see what the market likes, and then they adopt it or not.
So you do like, you have like 4 flagship beers, a couple of seasonals, and then a couple of experimental batches.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yep.
Kind of idea. Okay. Yeah, I like
even
that.
from your employee, from a leadership perspective, and I only think about this because, and when I was in college, I wrote like a thing for a brewery. And a business plan, right?
Oh, okay.
And then part of it was you had to say like how you're going to motivate your employees and stuff. And one of the things we said was like where we would allow our employees to design a beer.
Oh, cool.
And then they get like a certain portion of it if it sticks. So
yeah.
It's like they're incentivized to think outside the box and to try to push the business further.
Right. Yeah. It's having that like creative thinking.
Creative thinking
is what you want to promote, because I can imagine brewing the same thing over and over again, not having to think about it, gets monotonous, and you just become like robotic, and you end up getting burnt out.
But you want your employees to think outside the box, to do research outside of the workplace. Like, hey, spend your free time because you have some skin in the game. It's almost like a bonus check you can get.
Because if this works out and we sell enough, then you'll get a bonus for it.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
Yeah. And then if it's a staple beer, so if it sells enough to make it on the shelf as a staple, then you get like a bonus.
Yeah.
So and that comes along with the whole entire design from the idea, because I think that when you craft a beer, there are those who actually are like in the kitchen making the beer, right?
Yeah.
And they like know the ingredients. But then there's those who see the whole marketing scheme behind the vision. What should we call it? How can it be creative and catch people's attention? So a creative name with ingredients, where
they have an idea and then they go to a brewer that goes, okay, cool. Well, this is how we're going to execute your idea.
Exactly.
Because you're right. There's a science behind brewing.
Yes.
And just because you want an in particular flavor does not mean you can just throw that stuff in there.
So you don't need to just be just the brewer. It's like all employees. Let's say I'm a bartender. I have the opportunity to come up with a creative idea, pitch it. Yeah. And if it takes it and we are able to make it into something good, then you get some kickback for it.
There you go. That's a really, really fun idea.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
That's good. You do 2 experimental beers. And
then you could even like put their name on it, like a signature from this person. So it's like even fun, you know?
Right.
They're kind of invested in it. So, and it could be temporary. It's like it's on the shelf for a year and then we move on to another one.
Well,
and then
I mean,
we might bring it back.
it's just a small batch. So you do one, like you do 2 small batches a year. So this is a great idea. It's, as a consumer, you know what the schedule's going to be.
Yeah.
Is the way that you would do it. You go, I know what beers are going to have on tap at all times. I know they're going to have seasonal beers during the summer, during the winter, and then they're going to have some experimental batches in the fall and in the spring. So I know when to expect their experimental batch, and that'll be a batch that doesn't get distributed out, probably brewery exclusive. You can only get it at the brewery. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the way to go.
Even think about the people who are invested in it and they push it. They're like, it's on social media. My friends, my family, they're all pushing it, saying, hey, someone go try my beer from my baby Debbie. My baby Debbie designed this beer. Y'all go out and get it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It creates some noise around
that word of mouth, man.
And it creates word of mouth, and there's not a lot that is going to cost the brewery, because like you said, it's a small batch. You know what I mean? They don't even have to use big tanks for it.
Well, it's a good thing this was an actual business plan and it's actually being put into motion, right?
Yeah, right. You got me an A.
I mean, if somebody wants to back us,
we even did I remember I had to talk about like community events. I was like, I'll get the community involved. We'll do a school event, and I had some beers called like Bach to School. And you know what I mean? I had some clever ones. I should pull it up and find like some puns, like the Bach to School, and I wish I could think of another one, because I had 2 or 3 of them that were all puns based on the event that we were raising money for.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
that's so cool. Well, man, yeah. So if you're in South Dakota, check these guys out. Mm-hmm. Check out beer wherever you travel. I'm going to Arkansas in a couple of weeks, so I'm gonna bring back some beer from there too. 'Cause
nice.
Why not?
Yeah.
So anyway,
what are you going to Arkansas for?
Just another vacation. Me and my brother are going to do another vacation. We rented out an Airbnb out there. Okay. We're going to do some kayaking and whatnot on the lake. So.
Oh, did you guys rent some kayaks?
No, there's kayaking available on the lake and river that's nearby. So
nice.
We're going to have some water fun, I guess. But there'll be more stories to come once we get back. But let's go ahead and get into some games here. So you're familiar with Would You Rather, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to play that today. So question we have is, would you rather be an extra in a really good movie or have a big part in a really bad movie? So it's like, would you rather be an extra in like a Marvel movie? Because those are huge.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like them, they make a crap ton of money. Or would you rather have a really big part in like a straight to DVD?
So, and this isn't even a matter
of... Or even like a TV movie that doesn't even come out on DVD.
I feel like this isn't even a matter of like money. This is almost like a just for fun type thing. Because I don't think either way you're not going to make crap. You're not going to make any money on it either way. So it's like, do you want the bragging rights to say like, hey, whenever the helicopter takes off, look in the background, you'll see me standing there.
Well, it's that or just fun for you. Which one are you going to have more fun doing? Because like I
know.
I remember... I was still working at Best Buy at the time, so it's been a while. The Toadies put out an album. They put out an album called Play Rock Music. Mm-hmm. It has a song called Rattlers Revival on it.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the song?
I heard it, but I can't think of how it goes.
So the music video they did like real old like 50s theme, and they had like a band come out and did new trumpets in the music video. And they were asking for people to come and just dress in like 50s attire, and you could be an extra in the music video.
Right.
I had to work that day, and I heard about it too late to be able to ask off. But how cool would it have been just to show up and be an extra in one of your favorite band's music videos?
That's kind of an extra thing, though, because that's one of your favorite bands.
Yes, but I'm saying if you're like a huge Marvel fan and they happen to be filming nearby, and you're like, Marvel's my favorite type of movie, I want to be an extra.
I know, because for me, like I just feel like whenever I hear like a main role, I'm like, that sounds like a lot of work memorizing lines. But then I'm like, that actually might be fun though, to try to act.
And like how much recognition are you gonna get? Like,
yeah,
do you do it so it can take you to the next step?
I feel like I would do it as a hobby. You know, almost like anything I try to do. Yeah. Like I like to try many new things all the time. I'm like, that sounds like something that would just be fun to do, almost like your bucket list. So acting sounds like, because I always look at actors and I'm like, man, it takes a special person to be an actor. Like, how do you get outside of yourself and you're like making eye contact with somebody? You're like, it's just weird to me.
Okay.
It's a weird thing. I always feel uncomfortable about the idea of it.
Okay.
So maybe that's the answer, is get outside my comfort zone and do acting in a movie. I don't know if I'd want to be the main person because there's so many lines to memorize.
Right.
But maybe like one of the main ones where I have some major lines.
So like I look
where
at it
I have
like,
a big part.
So maybe like a Rob Schneider. Like,
Yeah, I would be Rob Schneider in a movie.
in all of those Happy Gilmore production movies.
Yes.
Or it's Happy Madison. Sorry.
Yeah. Like think about Big Daddy. Like I'm the one who's like helping the kid do the spelling bee.
Yeah.
Or the not spelling bee, like practice spelling.
Hip Hop
like,
Anonymous.
Hip Hop Anonymous. Yeah. Like that would be like my
goes
glory
together
day.
like lemon tuna fish.
So I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna take it a step down and say I'll be a major supporting actor, not
major
an extra, but a supporting actor in a major movie.
I mean, if you're
and
a
I would
good
do
supporting actor, you could just be known as a supporting actor,
yes,
like throughout the industry.
and I think I'd rather do that anyways. I don't know if I'd ever want to be the main actor.
To be honest, that sounds like the right way to go.
yeah, it seems like the right way.
Where you're making money, you're supporting yourself, you're supporting your family. It's not too much stress on you to have to memorize all the lines or be the best actor to carry the movie. Yeah.
You have to be. You still have to be there. You have to dedicate as much time because you got to be there for the whole time, even if you're not on.
Which I heard sucks.
That seems like a very crappy part.
Like you're
But
there for
that's
12
why-
hours and you film for like 4 out of those 12 hours.
But think about movie stars, man. They dedicate so much. Like it is a huge dedication. Like a 6 months to a year of your life for a movie. And then a lot of times they don't do movie after movie.
Yeah.
Where sometimes actors, usually they're freaks. Like I said, it takes a certain different kind of person. They'll do movie after movie after movie. They'll do it for 4 years and we'll never hear from them again. Like I was thinking about this the other night. Somebody brought up, I think Charity brought up Meg Ryan. I'm like, what happened to Meg Ryan?
I haven't seen her in a film.
She
in a
was
while.
huge.
Yeah.
So we started looking at Meg Ryan and where she is now and what she looks different. Like she's had a lot of Botox and stuff. But,
okay.
but I'm like, dude, she had a good run in the 90s.
Right.
And maybe late 80s. And then she's gone the rest of her life. What's she doing now? Nothing.
I mean,
so there's a lot of work, but then coasting.
I mean, it's once you make a good amount of money. It's if you don't have if you're not, it's like you said, it takes a different kind of person and like, I don't want to call them crazy, but they've got,
I'd say crazy.
like they got a screw loose or something.
Yeah, something's weird. Like they're willing to just get into like method acting. They get into the role. They change to a different person.
Like Johnny Depp, he's a different person when he gets into those movies.
And it's like, and I think about Johnny Depp too, and I'm like, why do you keep doing it? You are so filthy rich. Why do you dedicate so much time and effort?
It's because they have something within their brain that makes it to where they can't stop. It's like an addiction almost.
I know. It's like, dude, that's got to be. I just couldn't imagine the work effort. I understand a struggling actor trying hard, working, putting in the hours, memorizing things, practicing.
Yeah,
I understand
doing like
them.
TV sitcoms.
But then it almost seems like when you make it as big as Johnny Depp, why do you keep going? Why do you keep doing it?
Well, I would say the same thing about somebody like Brad Pitt or Leonardo DiCaprio. And, and you know what? I don't care why. I say thank you.
I say thank you, too.
I mean, come on.
Leo and Brad, they're good. They're solid.
Those are guys that I go, thank you for making movies still.
But then there also gets to a point where it gets easier. But I don't think
they're as crazy, though.
I don't think they're as crazy.
Because they don't do, like, super method style. Because, like, Johnny Depp does really obscure movies.
Yeah.
He does really obscure roles. Like,
yeah.
Brad Pitt plays, I wouldn't say the same character because he doesn't, but he plays very similar style characters. Yeah. It's in a genre. It's like Al Pacino does a certain style of character, you know?
Yeah. So, well, Al Pacino, he plays an Italian guy.
Yeah. Like Robert De Niro is either
Italian
really
guy.
Stupid or he does mobster movies.
I don't even think he plays stupid. I think he's just Italian guy.
Oh, even when he tries to do those comedies, he's still just an Italian guy?
He's just an Italian guy, yeah. Some people just fall into their niche. Al Pacino, Brad Pitt, he's just a matured man.
Like a tough dude, yeah.
A tough, matured guy,
yeah.
yeah. He can veer off a little bit, but Johnny Depp does some weird stuff. He's like an anomaly.
Yeah.
And it's almost annoying the way they cast him in weird roles.
Like him, or like I would say Christian Bale does that too, where he goes super deep into it.
Christian Bale, man, he's a weirdo. For real, but he does get some weird characters. Think about him in, have you seen the movie American Psycho?
American Psycho, did you ever see The Machinist, though?
The Machinist, he lost so much weight. He looked like he was dying.
Yes.
Dude.
I heard that he ate a can of tuna is all he ate, like all day for every day that he just one can of tuna.
Gosh.
And then he did another movie.
That's so weird. You got to be so tired of tuna by the end of that.
But he did another movie where he gained a bunch of weight and he was like real like flat. He was like real plumped up and fat.
Yeah, he played Dick Cheney.
Yes.
That was good. He was good in that.
No,
he was
was
good.
it Dick Cheney?
Yeah, he played Dick Cheney in the Bush
Hold on.
movie. He might have been
I'm
the
thinking
Bush
something
movie or
else,
the Dick
though.
Cheney movie. Yeah, he for sure played Dick Cheney though because it was good. But I know what you mean. There was another one where he played like a con artist.
No, I thought he played. I thought he played like a killer, not like a murderer, but like one of those famous killers, like Lee Harvey Oswald or something like that.
See, that American Hustle, that was what I mean by he was like a fat guy he was a fat guy in that movie, and he was a fat guy when he played Dick Cheney.
Oh, I never saw it. Let me see if I can find the movie that I'm thinking of.
He's got a lot of good. Vice is the Dick Cheney movie. He was good. That movie's good, man. That movie will like really show you how crazy Dick Cheney was.
Vice?
I don't know how realistic it is, but if it was anything as real as it was in real life, it makes you see like the George Bush like presidential his time in the office. It makes it seem like Dick Cheney was pulling all the strings.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And if they say it's accurate, he single-handedly like reinvented the vice presidential role and took power from so many areas and made it to where he was like the most powerful person in our country, and George Bush was the face. It's crazy, dude. When you watch it, you're like, wow, if this was realistic, I don't know how realistic it is, but they say it's super realistic.
I was too young to really know what was going on back then, but like I've heard that George Bush was kind of an idiot.
Oh, dude, yeah. He was for sure an idiot.
Like, he got in because of his dad.
I mean, dude, you don't even got to be young or old to know he's an idiot. Just listen to him. I mean, I don't... And this is not even political. It's just listen to the guy. It's almost like saying, like, I don't know, Joe Biden, man, I've heard he might not be too smart.
Yeah.
It's like the dude's gone. He's out of his mind now.
I just know
George
that,
Bush was kind of like that, but he was more of like an airhead. He's like, man,
he was an airhead.
He's
He
just
didn't know what
airhead.
he was talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just an airhead.
Economy.
Yeah. So then, whenever you watch that, it's like George Bush like asked Dick Cheney to like come in and help him.
Yeah.
And Dick Cheney's like, I'll do that, but
Okay.
you know, because I could find a way, because he like knows he's a real smart guy and he knows like what power he can take, and power hungry guy.
Oh, I got you.
According to the movie, I don't know a lot about it.
I may have to watch
but
it.
It's good, man. You should check it out.
So, got another Would You Rather here. So, I got to tell you a story or preface this first, okay? So, have you ever seen the movie The Vow?
Sounds familiar.
Dude, okay, so it is so good. You want to get in your feels, you want to cry a little bit, you watch this movie.
Okay. The Vow.
So, it's got Channing Tatum and the girl from The Notebook. Gosh, what's her name?
What's her name?
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams. Yep.
So Rachel McAdams and Channing Tatum. So basically, what happens is they're married. They get into a car wreck. Rachel McAdams loses her memory from a certain point, so she only remembers up to a certain time.
Yeah.
That time was before she met Channing Tatum.
Like 50 first dates.
Like, but no, but she doesn't relive it. She just doesn't know what's going on before this in particular date, and then she just thinks that time goes on.
Okay, yeah.
So she didn't know who Channing Tatum was, and he's in love with her. She doesn't know who he is, and he's like trying to convince her to fall in love with her again.
I think it's made by the same people who made The Notebook.
Possibly.
Those people who write I think it's a lady. She writes novels and she makes really sad movies.
Possibly.
Okay.
This one's really, really good. So there's a scene in the movie where Channing Tatum just is asking her, like, hey, like, what's your favorite book? She's like, yeah, it's this. Goes, hey, you know, you probably loaned that book out to somebody. She's like, yeah, I loaned it out to a friend. Goes, and you probably were like a little jealous that they were going to be able to read that book for the first time and experience how awesome it is to read that book for the first time. He's like, well, I think that's how we should approach this relationship. I think you should, I'm going to do what I can to make you fall in love with me again, and you can experience what it is to fall in love with me again all over again.
Okay.
So
like your voice is cracking, dude.
Dude,
Are you
it's
about
so
to cry?
good.
You crying?
Dude, it's so good. Like, it's so good.
Okay.
But the question is if you were to forget your favorite books so you can reread them all over again for the first time, or forget your favorite movie, you can rewatch it for the first time, which would you choose, the book or the movie?
Bro, this one's easy because I don't read. The only book I read is the Bible.
Okay.
So I don't read books. I don't know books. Any book is going to be my first book.
Okay.
Like, I'm pretty illiterate. I'm not really illiterate, but I guess if you're going to judge someone's, like, if they're illiterate based on
Like,
how many books
based
they
on
read,
books, yeah.
I would be dumb. I'd be the George Bush that we were just talking about. So I'd say movies. And it seems easy for me. But, yeah, I guess the real question is what movie?
Yeah.
What movie would I want to rewatch for the first time?
Dude, I got an answer right here.
What's yours?
I would love to watch, because it blew my mind when I watched it the first time, and I'd love my mind to be blown again. That's why I keep searching. I feel like what I hear drug addicts say when they say they keep searching for that first high.
Yeah.
I keep searching for that first, like, mind-blown experience that I had when I watched Fight Club.
Really? Fight Club?
When I saw the ending and I found out that Tyler Durden was the narrator, like they were one and the same with a split personality, it blew my mind. It literally blew my mind, and I said, holy shit.
I'm so surprised by that.
So good. Was it something that you predicted?
I don't remember. I know I didn't predict it. No, it was, but I don't remember like this shocking, like, wow. I just remember being surprised.
Have you ever had that moment in a movie where you were like, oh my God, that was so good?
I feel like for me, it's usually sad movies like The Vow. Like,
Okay.
I'd probably like that and I'd really enjoy it.
Dude, it's good.
I like movies that get me involved in the characters.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going to happen next. And I'm really concerned, almost like anxious about it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of movies like that for me. It's not the twist. The twist at the end is good, and I can't think of any other than like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Like The Village was really good.
Dude, I
know you probably hate it. I think you hated The Village, but
The Village was okay. It wasn't one
but
of his
the
best.
twist at the end was good.
Oh,
I'm
for
like,
sure.
oh my, what? I'm like confused. There's a car. What? And then it's like, oh, how did I not see this? It was so obvious the whole time.
A movie that comes to my mind is a movie called Memento.
See, I don't know. You talked about that one before. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Dude, it's another movie about a guy like not remembering stuff.
Yeah.
So
you're really into that.
I guess so.
Deja
I just
vu.
realized that. No, so like
Yeah.
his wife gets murdered.
Uh-huh.
And he can't remember past a certain date. So every day that he wakes up and he relives the day, he tries to figure out what's happened with his wife. He knows his wife is gone, but he doesn't know how it happened. So he just writes tattoos on himself to like as memories. So he wakes up today and he goes, okay, cool. This is what I've already done, basically.
To me, that's weird because it's almost like you got tattoos, then you got to like, what's this? What's this? And
like,
you're like,
piece them together.
it's even more confusing. It seems like it'd be easier just to write a simple note. If you could be clear and concise with what you need to know, a note would be sufficient.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like that note, is it a guaranteed you're going to see it all the time? You're always going to look at your body. You're always going to see tattoos.
Yeah.
And it may spark something. I don't know.
I mean, if you put it on your mirror where you brush your
teeth. The ending
teeth.
is so good.
Okay, I want to watch it.
The ending of that movie is so good.
I want to watch it because I have not seen it. I'm going to be the one who relives your movie.
Yes, do it. Yes.
Yes. Because you're like, oh, I wish I could rewatch it for the first time. I've never seen it. I don't know anything about it other than tattoos on the arms. And now you told me a little bit more. I don't want to know anything else.
Yep,
I'm going to watch it. And then I'm going to see if I blow my mind at the end. And then I'm going to be like, this is what Joe was talking about.
So that's what you need to do. You need to give me a movie that I should watch for the first time that I go, ooh, that was so good. Like, what's one of your favorite films?
I don't know, man. The thing with me is like I watched because I grew up watching tons of movies. My mom owned a movie like video store.
Oh yeah.
So I watched all the movies back in the day. I'm to a place now where I don't rewatch movies. I watch them one time. It was good. It was bad. I move on from it. So there's some movies like tear-jerking movies. I remember like the movie Selena. Funny enough, that one stands out to me.
Yep, I've seen it.
What about 8 Seconds? Have you ever seen that one?
With Huff Tiedemann. Isn't that the
Ty
main character?
Ty Murray or something?
No, I've seen it though.
Okay,
Yeah.
the bull riding one.
Yeah.
That one's a pretty sad one.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of another one, man. I don't know. Oh, La Bamba. La
Bamba was good.
Man, that movie is one of my favorite movies. I watched it so many times as a kid.
Yep.
That one's super good. If you could if I could not know how that movie was going to end and rewatch it,
Rewatch
not
that.
even know it's supposed to be sad,
Right.
Just watch it,
Yeah.
and then just be like, "What, Richie?"
Yes.
When he's on that bridge, or
Right.
not even on the bridge, he's in the backyard. And remember his mom? He grabs his mom, and she's like, "My Richie." She's hanging up her laundry.
Right.
Oh man! And then that song's playing. That wow, 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 wow.
Yeah.
And then all the cars are coming in a line. The funeral. Man, that was epic, dude. So I think that would be my movie. La Bamba.
Yeah. Well, the thing is though, is that Richie Valens was a real person.
He was,
So
but
if you know anything about Richie Valens in the Four Seasons, you already know how it ends.
yeah. But even to this day, I don't know anything about Richie Valens other than that movie.
Oh, really?
So I think that I would seriously, if I just watched that movie, I wouldn't even know.
Okay.
I wouldn't know what's going to happen, how it ends.
And that does make it better. Even if it is a biopic,
Yeah.
it makes it better if you don't know anything.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even know if nobody told you it's supposed to be sad at the end. Because when they tell you it's sad at the end, you're like, ah.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
no, it kind of gives it away.
Yeah, like Marley and Me. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I wish nobody told me this was a sad movie.
Right.
Because I thought it would just be about a dog.
Exactly.
But then the whole time I'm like, well, when's Marley,
When's Marley kicking the bucket?
Yeah. That was spoiler alert. When's Marley no longer Marley?
Right.
So, yeah.
No, dude, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if if the majority of the movie's happy go lucky, advertise it as such.
Exactly. Don't say it's sad. It's
Yeah.
a spoiler alert already when you say it's sad.
Right, because you're looking for something sad to happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you look at it through that lens the whole time.
Right. So it looks
Yeah.
like we're both going to go with movies, but movie to watch.
Yeah.
Memento. 'Cause you
Is
haven't
there a
seen
book though? Would you have a book on your list?
I mean, the books I read, I've read books that are based that they've made movies out of, because I like to see the comparison.
Yeah.
So not really, as far as books go, because like I said, the majority of them are they've made movies out of them,
Mm-hmm.
and I've watched them after the movies because I want to enjoy them both for what they are, and not pick apart the book.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I wouldn't have a book either.
And
So,
I wonder if I should
I guess I'm illiterate as well.
Yeah. I wonder if my life ever slows down. You know how people they go on vacation, they sit on the beach and read a book.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's going to be me one day. My kids are going to be older. They're going to be able to play on their own on the beach.
Dude,
Then I sit up in an umbrella and read a book from beginning to end.
So, I will say I do that when I go to Nebraska. When I go visit my brother in the morning, wake up in the morning, he always makes a pot of coffee. We'll have a pot of coffee. We'll sit on the front porch, either just chit chat or I'll bring a book if I get out there before he does. And because the weather is usually pretty good up there, so just chill out on the front porch, read a book in the morning until the kids get up.
Yeah. See, but I do that.
You
but
do the same thing.
I just
you
read
just
scripture.
read the Bible,
yeah, exactly. But it's but I've read it before, so it's not new.
Right.
But I wonder if I would, if just to try it on for size and just say read it from beginning to end, read a whole story.
Yeah.
I feel like the last time I read a book was in school, like grade school, when they make you do it.
And it's not as fun when they make you do it. You just don't want to do it.
And I don't even. I was such a cheater in grade school. I still feel like I maybe tried to skip chapters.
I didn't read any book. In
Read
high
the
school.
beginning and the end. Yeah.
Every test we had on books were multiple choice, and I'd fail them all.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to read.
Yeah, I feel like I was just such a short cutter and cutting corners and try to find a way.
I read a
around
few Cliff Notes.
Yeah. Nowadays, I'd probably watch a YouTube video that explains the whole book.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know how kids even don't get all A's in school. It seems easy peasy.
I don't get it.
There's answers for everything out there.
But got a couple more here for you. So we're going to do the great debate.
By the way, this beer is super good.
Dude, it's great.
I'm like, man, this Kvike yeast. It's been a while since I've had it. On an IPA scale, I'd give this a 5 out of 5.
Ooh,
from
dang.
IPAs. Because I'm not
it's
the
one of
biggest
the best
IPA.
IPAs.
It's one of the best IPAs I think I've ever had.
Dude, I mean, so what was funny when I was putting it into Untappd, I think you've mentioned this before, where it gives you like recommendations on what the flavor profile is or what it's like. One of the options was crushable.
Crush it.
Crushable.
Dude, if you're going to go out on the water and ride in a kayak, you need to crush one of these. You need to call up there and can you mail me some of these? I'm ready to crush them.
All right, dude, are you ready for this
Yep.
is the great debate. We're going to debate on what the best regional hot dog is. You familiar with any staple famous hot dogs?
I don't think I have. I don't think I'm familiar enough
You're
with hot
not.
dogs.
So I can already tell you off the top of my head.
Yes.
I know one specifically is like I guess I can name two. Like a standard New York dog will have sauerkraut
Oh, okay. I see what
and
you mean.
like hot mustard.
You mean like what toppings on a hot dog?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant like the dog itself.
No, sometimes it is the dog, but most of the time it's the toppings. Like you have a Chicago dog.
Okay.
Chicago dog is going to be a sesame seed bun. It's going to have a pickle spear. It's going to have some two tomatoes. It's going to have pepper on it. Yeah, look, it's on here, so we'll look.
Ah, dude, I am not familiar. First of all, I've never had a sesame seed hot dog bun in my life.
Dude, do
they even have those at Walmart or anywhere local?
Don't know. The only time I've ever
seen them.
had it, they did it a little bit at Sonic. They were doing the Chicago dog.
Okay.
And every time I would get it, dude, it's so good.
Wow.
But anyway, so we got
that
the
bun
New
though,
York.
dude. Look at that. That looks like a brioche or something.
It does look fancy.
Yeah.
So traditional New York dog, spicy brown mustard, sauerkraut, and onions, sauteed onions.
Ah, man, I've never had sauerkraut on a dog.
Dude,
Not
they're
saying I'd be
good.
against it. I love sauerkraut.
You've had sauerkraut on like a bratwurst.
Maybe I have had sauerkraut on a dog. So I'm like, what else have I had it on?
Yeah, I've had it on like a bratwurst. What I normally do it on,
Yeah,
but do it
yeah.
on like a hot dog would
Yeah.
be just as good.
Exactly. I think I've just had it on a bratwurst by itself.
Yeah.
Hot. Yeah. On that sesame seed hitter right there. So you got to have.
No, I think this
spicy
is just
brown
like
mustard.
a normal bun. It doesn't specifically say sesame seed.
I mean, it looks special.
It
but
does.
Yeah. Okay.
The Atlanta,
That's
looks like
hot
they
Atlanta.
do coleslaw,
It looks like coleslaw. It looks like chili, coleslaw,
mustard.
and mustard.
I've never had it.
don't
Coleslaw
either.
would be, honestly, it sounds like it'd be refreshing.
I was a little reluctant to have coleslaw on like a barbecue slider.
Oh yeah,
But it was super
like
good,
a
and I
like a
love
Memphis
it.
style.
Yeah.
on like a pork
so
sandwich.
I could see this being good. Pork, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
pork.
Yeah, dude. Here's that Chicago dog I'm talking
They
about.
straight got a couple gherkins on there, dude. Look at those.
It's an iconic dog. You got the sesame seed bun, tomato, pickle spear, hot peppers, sweet onion relish, mustard. It's a lot on a hot dog, but it's good. It's like a small, not banana peppers, but still a small yellow pepper. I don't know what they call it.
That black stuff on the bun, though, that's not normal sesame seeds. That's a
No, those aren't sesame seeds. This is a poppy seed bun. I'm so sorry.
poppy seed.
Poppy
there
seed
you
bun.
go. There you
You're
go.
absolutely right. This is a poppy seed bun.
Poppy seed.
And the thing is that it gives the bun like a little sweetness.
I can see. I've never had anything like this before, but dude, this looks so good right now. All of them so far.
Chicago dog, I'm telling you, it's
Okay.
it's good.
I've had this one. I've had the Detroit. This one's like, I guess, that trailer trash. The Detroit. That 8 Mile.
I mean, this is where you go. I'm thinking like, if you ever been to like Wiener Schnitzel?
No.
You never been to Wiener Schnitzel?
Dude, I've never. Hot dogs seem like something you cook at your house.
Bro.
I've never had the desire to go somewhere and get a hot dog.
Because you never had Wiener Schnitzel, dude. Wiener
yeah.
Schnitzel, they do like it's a chili, but it's not like, it's like a chili sauce.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like a real thick chili. It's a little bit thinner. They call it a chili sauce. It's good. I mean,
Probably ketchup based.
the hot dogs are cheap, so it's
Yeah.
not like super expensive to go get a couple of hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, when you say you can get them at home, you're right. That's probably the way to go. But you don't mind spending a couple bucks.
Yeah. I have had
Few
the
chili
Sonic Coney, though.
Yeah, it's better than
Which
my
is
opinion.
essentially that.
Yeah.
The
It's
chili
a-
cheese
it's a
Coney
chili
at
dog.
Sonic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chili dog. Yep.
Smothered in beef chili. The San Francisco. This is a bacon wrapped hot dog
Ooh.
with tomato lettuce.
I feel like we got to have all of these. We need to lay them out, and we need to do it right.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. Next time we grill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because you know how when you grill out, you like grill burgers or whatever, and even when you grill dogs, you grill one kind of dog.
Yeah, we
It's
should do them
simple.
all.
It needs to be a smorgasbord of dogs. We need
Okay.
a variety. You need to have little flags that represent the different the states or cities within America.
Yeah.
Be like, we got that Detroit over here.
Got that San Francisco
Got that
BLT,
San
dog.
Fran. Got that Full House right here. Those look like not even tomato slices. Those look like little
Tomato
mini,
wedges.
Yeah, like little mini tomatoes like I got in my garden.
Oh.
Cut them in half.
Oh, I was thinking these were tomato wedges. Like they cut them in those little wedges.
Well, maybe they are wedges. Either way, they're those little mini tomatoes.
Yeah, little tomatoes. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking earlier that you like take a full tomato and you slice it real thin and then cut it up and
well, that's what it looks like
it.
on a Chicago dog because they only have 2 of them on there. So
yeah,
it's real
like
thin.
that, like a burger,
Yeah.
like a burger.
You're just cutting it in half, so you have the halves sitting there.
Yeah.
Because one slice is just cut in half. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not mad at a San Francisco dog. I've never had it, but bacon wrapped. Now, does bacon make everything better?
I don't think it makes everything better.
I don't either.
But I do think it might make a hot dog better.
I'm right there with you.
Hot dogs are cheap, dude. So no way bacon doesn't make it better. Ooh, what is this?
The
It's
Tucson
like
and Phoenix. I'm gonna call it an Arizona dog.
what? I don't even see the dog in there.
Hot dog that's first wrapped in smoky bacon, then topped with pinto beans, onion, mustard, mayo, and chopped onions.
Pinto beans.
So it's
and
like-
mayo. Who would have ever thought pinto beans and mayo would ever go together?
It's a hot dog wrapped in bacon, pinto beans, and then you get like pico de gallo because it says tomatoes, onions, and jalapenos. That's
Yeah.
pico de gallo.
Pico de gallo on there. Who put this together? This makes no sense.
This is right on the border.
I don't
I'm
know
not
about
trying
that.
to be. I'm not trying to be that guy, but this is like on the border.
But at the same time, like mayonnaise is one of those things that surprises you what it goes well with. Like you go to those little Mexican carts and then they give you a thing of corn with mayonnaise in there, and
Yeah.
you're like, what? But then you're like, whoa, whoa, bro, that mayonnaise sets it off. A little paprika.
Yeah.
Whoa. So maybe mayonnaise is
I
the
missed
key to pinto beans. I've never thought of.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like you need a little bit of that queso fresca that they put in that.
This one's blowing my mind right now.
Oh, this one I want to try.
Yeah, me too.
Out of all these, this is the one that looks the most oddball, so I want to try it.
It does. It seems the most oddball. On top of that, the whole bread reminds me of like a Panera bread bowl. Like it looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
a bread bowl that you just cut out the middle of it.
See, like, there's some brand of bread. I don't remember. It's a regular, like, one of the famous style like brands.
Mm-hmm.
But they do a hot dog bun, but they cut it instead of cutting it like sideways. They cut it like right down the middle of the top of it.
Remember when Subway used to do that?
Dude, I feel like it makes it easier
Yeah.
to hold and it like keeps its structure
Yeah,
better.
Subway used to do that. They'd cut it here, they cut it there, and it would just like the top would come off.
Yeah.
And they haven't
and
done
that's
that.
what this reminds me of.
Me too. Except for they just took that top part and someone ate it. Somebody's munching on that somewhere. Okay, this is that simple.
The Milwaukee
simple,
dog.
But look at that like firm bread.
But it's not a hot dog bun. It's a toasted
not.
hard roll of some kind.
It reminds me of a what are they called? I eat it. We eat it with our a baguette.
Oh, like a baguette. Yeah.
That looks like a baguette.
See, and it'd be crispy on the outside. The grease from the it's some sort of a sausage. It looks like a bratwurst to me.
Yeah, it does.
But the grease from it would kind of
moisturize it.
soften up the inside, so it's
Yes.
crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. That sounds like a good idea.
Now-
and it
now
says
that you say
specifically use spicy mustard, not ketchup.
Yeah, for sure.
Sweet pickles, not lettuce.
I don't even see any of that on here.
No, I'm just reading what the description says.
But I would for sure throw some spicy mustard on there. Now, I think you're onto something because when you have those thick, greasy sausages, it's kind of like you bite into it and it shoots like hot grease in your mouth.
yeah, but it would soak it up.
But imagine the bread soaking that up.
Yeah.
Dude. That sounds good, like a baguette.
This is not Milwaukee. I think you're onto something here, buddy.
Shh, I think you are too.
The bread.
This is making me like have a new appreciation for hot dogs. Dude, there should be a hot dog food cart around here that has all these.
You've been eating hot dogs wrong your whole life, it feels like.
I've been eating the Detroit my whole life. I've been eating that 8 Mile. It's time to step up. I've been in the rap battle game for too long.
Okay, so I don't know if I should look at the pictures here because this is the Newark. It says in New Jersey, the Italian dog is king. All beef hot dogs are served on an Italian roll. Same roll they use for like a Philly cheesesteak, isn't it right? An
Yeah,
Italian roll?
Which is soft and perfect
Yeah.
for Philly cheesesteak.
So rather than a typical bun, topped with peppers, onions, and fried potatoes. So I've heard of putting
potatoes.
putting like French fries, which was maybe think of fried potato. That's French
Right,
fries.
it's basically.
Putting French fries on a sandwich.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, you put French fries on a sandwich. There's a name for it. They call it a fat sandwich.
Okay.
You get any kind of sandwich, like a chicken parm sandwich. Put some French fries on it. You got a fat sandwich. It's a thing that they do at Rutgers University.
This is one though that they all look different. So
yeah, so I don't think the picture
image,
works.
No, the picture's not working with it. But I do think that from the description, this is something that's interesting.
It sounds good.
This is the only one that I think ketchup is appropriate with because of fried potatoes.
Oh yeah, I see.
Fried potatoes is the only thing that like I'm not a big ketchup person, but for some reason I have to have it on my fried potatoes.
So so growing up, like not having a whole lot of money, fried potatoes, and I mean no joke, chopping up some potatoes and frying them in a cast iron skillet. That's what we had.
For sure.
As a side. So throwing some ketchup on it, I mean, that's normal for me.
Yeah.
But like French fries nowadays, call me weird, but if I'm at home, we're talking about mayonnaise. I like to get mayonnaise and add hot sauce to mayonnaise and make it like a spicy mayonnaise.
Really?
Dip French fries in that.
Really? I'm not against it. French fries, you can dip in almost anything.
Right.
But
right.
what I like to do is I like to dip 90% in ketchup, and then the other 10% I might venture out and be like, what's over here? Douche.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Chick-fil-A sauce. What's over here? Polynesian. And it's just for fun.
Right.
But it's like I'm gonna go back to my ketchup though.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I like spice. Anything with spice is
I like spice
plus
too.
For me. So like that Whataburger, that spicy ketchup at Whataburger.
That's good.
That's on point.
That's good. What about the I was thinking In-N-Out burger, the animal style? I think you're the one who got the animal style.
I like animal style because honestly their fries are trash. So without animal style, you might as well not even eat their fries.
You might as well be eating a shoestring.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah.
So animal style, at least you get something on them.
Yeah, but then they overdose them to me. They're
So
like,
it's like nachos. Okay, nachos are always done wrong. Unless you get them in, they've been doing these new nachos that I've seen. Not 3 dozen, those trash can nachos.
Oh yeah,
where they're layered.
Yeah,
those are fine. It's kind of they get soggy at the end, so you kind of want to get a fork out to eat them. But normally, it's with normal thing of nachos, it's the toppings are all on like one layer of chips. All the layer on the bottom gets no nachos.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with those animal style fries. The top layer of fries gets all the stuff, and the bottom like trash again.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of those things where you switch between the two. You eat like one that's really soggy, and then one that's really dry right afterwards, and you kind of.
That's a problem with having too many toppings on something.
I agree. I think too many toppings are bad.
Give me a topping on the side and let me put it on there as I go.
I agree completely.
Yeah.
Except for these hot dogs. Throw some toppings on them. These look
good. Yeah, because you're going to eat these hot dogs in enough time, they're not going to get soggy.
Yeah.
But the New York doesn't sound like a bad idea. It's top of peppers and onions. So it sounds to me, it's a Philly cheesesteak minus the cheese, minus the steak. You put a hot dog in there.
Yeah, I know.
And it's not even from Philly, though. It's from New Jersey.
And honestly, you could probably take one of those dogs and chop it up really fine, and it would almost taste like a Philly cheesesteak.
Everybody from Philly's dogging you right now, but yeah.
Probably, dude. I love Philly cheesesteak, though,
dude,
man.
It's good. If you get the right roll. I'm telling you, there's been somewhere the roll just doesn't work right. You get the right roll, though. The Italian roll, the Kaiser roll, whatever it is, it's good.
I've never had like a legit Philly cheesesteak. The first time I ever had a Philly cheesesteak was at the Scranton, Pennsylvania work office.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have a big kitchen there. And the first time I ever tried it, and I'm like, oh, this is so legit. And every time I'd go back there, I'd always get the same sandwich. But then I tried, Firehouse Subs has a really good Philly cheesesteak.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I get when I go there.
So when you're in Pennsylvania, from what I understand, there's a way of ordering your cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Like you have to say with or without, right?
Well, that's the hard part is I'm like, what's the normal? And they always want me to make decisions.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's either with or without. What do you want?
I'm like, I'm not into decisions. Like, what do people eat with it? And then depending on who the lunch, basically it's like a cafeteria. So whoever the lunch lady is, she might like suggest something. But
I like it with, but a lot of people don't. So
no, I'm just like, I want it however people normally make it. So.
No, I'm that same way because I feel like cooking is an art form.
Yeah.
And if you're a chef and you have things set out a certain way, that's the way you intend for your customers to consume it.
Yeah.
So why would I change that? Because then it's changing. And if I don't like it, you go, well, you didn't eat it the way I wanted you to. So I feel the exact same way.
It's like I'm not the artist here. You are.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I watched that food truck challenge where it's like a reality TV show and they all have food trucks and they travel around.
There was a Philly cheesesteak one on there,
dude. Every episode, I'm like, I want one of those
because they would go out of their way to go buy the right bread.
They would. You're right.
They drive miles.
They would get the right
waste
bread.
all kinds of time to get the right bread.
Man, dude, you're right. Those always look so good.
Dude.
We need a Philly cheesesteak truck around here. So we need something, man. Texas isn't bringing the Philly cheesesteak.
No, we got tacos and that's about it.
And barbecue.
Barbecue. Oh, for sure. We got brisket.
But I don't eat that much barbecue.
Nobody else has brisket.
Yeah. I don't eat that much. Like, if I think about what I eat normally, I think it's just chicken.
Like Mexican food. I eat a lot of Mexican food.
Mexican,
Mexican, Italian.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think a lot of it is just grilled chicken, vegetables.
It sounds bland and sad.
It does, but it's good. I mean, we always marinate our chicken and stuff.
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, we're not eating some fancy, sandwiches or, man.
Yeah, we need to start doing that, though.
Yeah, we need to bring it back.
But we got another one here. This is the Dallas dog. It's a corn dog. I would have never thought that was the staple of Dallas. Maybe it's because of the Texas State Fair and everything being fried.
That's what I'm thinking. It's because of the Texas State Fair.
So there's a thing. So like, I follow a crap ton of breweries online, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a brewery, or there's a famous corn dog like company. I don't know if they're a company. They're not a restaurant, but like I've seen them like where they'll come out and they'll say, "Hey, today we're having Fletcher's hot dogs or Fletcher's corn dogs."
Mm-hmm.
The Fletcher's original corny dogs, and they'll come out and like, "Hey, today we're just having Fletcher's corn dogs." And every time I see these pictures, it makes me go, "I want a Fletcher's corn dog."
After you're done, I got to show you something. I was just reminded of a corn dog.
Yeah, these guys right here, Fletcher's corn dogs.
Oh, it looks like a. Oh, but dude, that picture down at the bottom, that's kind of reminding me. These look good, actually. I like that burnt at the end.
Dude, like this is what I see. Like breweries will just hire them to come and like cater the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like instead of having like a food truck, they have Fletcher's hot dogs come out or corn dogs, and you can go out there and get a corn dog with your beer.
Man.
And like, dude, shout out to Fletcher's. I never had them, but I mean, when I see them, it makes me just want to eat some Fletcher's corn dogs. I don't know why.
I got to tell you about this corn dog, though, dude. This place so do you know the mall, the big mall? I think it's in Frisco, and it has like a Dave & Buster's. It has the AMC Theater in it.
Yeah, it's the Stonebriar.
I think it's Stonebriar.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah, okay. It's off of the 121.
Yeah.
Okay. They have a Korean hot dog place in there. And this is a big, they got a good sized food court, and they have all around the wall, but they have some place in the middle. And it's real small. But this place is popping, and they do these Korean corn dogs, and what they do is they basically roll these things in sugar. I'm not even joking.
Wait,
they have one of them.
What's it called?
I can't think of what it's called. I just searched Korean corn dog, and I got this picture.
They
have one that's just cheese. It's just cheese.
Where like instead of an actual corn dog, the inside's cheese?
Yes.
Like, I mean, instead of like a hot dog, it's cheese on the inside?
Instead, it's mozzarella cheese. It's like a mozzarella cheese block.
So it's like a giant like mozzarella stick.
Exactly. Except they roll it in corn dog mixture, and then they roll it in sugar. They have one.
It's this right here.
Yes. They even have that potato thing, dude, where they have like a giant potato wheel. And it's like this long, and it's just one potato that's like spiraled out.
Like, what do they call them? Like Texas Twister potatoes or something like that? Yeah.
They have that. They have a regular dog with cheddar, and then they have that one with the potato on it.
On the outside right here, these chunks of potatoes?
All of those pictures right there is what they sell at this place.
What?
And I'm not even joking. Charity, who is 9 months pregnant now, she smashed on these dudes. Smashed them. I went over and I was like, okay, we split up. I went and got like what did I go get? I think I got like I don't remember what I got. Because I went to a couple different places. But I went and tried some other food, but then I tried hers afterwards. I'm like, I should have got that.
Dang.
And dude, they had there's not a big line because you take your order and then you get a number and then you wait. And because they're waiting for it to fry, like it took her 15 minutes to get it because so many people were getting those. And it was
But because there's no line, it looks like it's empty, so it gets people to come and take a number.
It was legit though, dude. We didn't try the potato. We just got the regular corn dog, and then we got the cheese one. We brought a cheese one home.
Like these right here. Dang. I'm gonna have to make a trip to Frisco.
Yeah, I guess
it's
a thing, man. Korean taco or Korean corn dog.
Korean corn dogs. Dang.
So it's like we had the American hot dog variety, but once we landed in Dallas, we ended up saying, well, Dallas, it seems like a melting pot of other cultures.
Well, that's what any big city is.
It
honestly.
is. Dallas
I mean,
is
how
like,
many Korean town or Chinatowns do you have in a city?
Yeah,
It's
we don't
almost
have a
every city.
huge Korean population.
No,
in
we don't.
Dallas.
But I'm saying like most big cities do though.
Right. Dallas is all about fried foods. So these Korean people came into the Dallas area and they said, we fry up some stuff. Taste what we got. And then us Texas folks said, we love some fried food. So
it sounds like you haven't had really any of these outside of the Dallas corn dog and the Detroit chili dog.
And that 8 Mile. Had that 8 Mile, man.
But out of these, like which one looks or seems the most appealing to you?
Man, the one that was the just a regular, just simple, thick bratwurst on
that like ciabatta roll or whatever.
The Milwaukee. That Milwaukee one seemed really good. That Chicago one seemed really good.
I want to try that Tuscan.
The Tuscan was the one that kind of steered me a different direction. I wasn't feeling this.
This is the one out of all these that I want to try the most because it's the most obscure. Because
there's so many different flavor contradictions in this thing.
All of them, I'm going to enjoy all of them.
Pinto
This is the one
beans?
that I don't know if I'm going to enjoy, though. That's the thing, and that's why I want to try it.
Pinto beans, man, they have such a strong flavor. I feel like they would snuff out all the other flavors.
I grew up on pinto beans.
I love pinto beans.
A lot of pinto beans growing up.
When did you put pinto beans with other things? You ate it by itself?
With cornbread.
or bread, just regular bread.
Yeah, cornbread. Growing up, that was a meal.
Pinto beans.
Pinto beans and cornbread.
Yeah. When me and Charity first started living together, she would eat navy beans. And I'm like, what are these beans?
What?
I didn't even know that I called them pinto. I'm like, I eat those beans, the real beans.
I eat beans.
It took me a few years to get her on board, but we eat pinto beans now.
Dude, I haven't had them in so long. I need to just I need to talk to my sister, get my mom's recipe for cornbread because she does sweet cornbread.
Oh, yeah.
Got to make it in a cast iron skillet.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, just do some beans or cornbread, and then whatever beans are left over, do like I did when I was a kid. And next day, we're having refried beans, like refried bean burritos, basically.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that. How you'd make refried beans. We would just eat beans.
Nah,
just
the
to
next
eat
day-
reheats.
Next day, because it it's gonna sound terrible, but it coagulates a little bit.
It does. It gets a little weird and greasy.
Yeah, so you throw a little grease in there, you throw it in the cast iron skillet, you mash it up a little bit, make refried beans. I mean, you've had refried beans at tell me you don't eat refried beans out of a can?
We eat them, dude. We eat them as a snack.
Out of a can?
Yeah, out of a can.
I'm telling you, next time you have pinto beans, save some, make them the next day. They're so good.
Look, dude, this is a munchy snack at my house. We crack open a can of refried beans, we shred some cheese, and we microwave it, and then we dip tortilla chips in it. That's a snack.
I am telling you, you will never do that again once you actually do refried beans the right way. Save some pinto beans. Literally, you just throw them in the pan, you fry them up a little bit, but you mash them. It gives it that kind of that refried bean consistency.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean,
Throw
it just
some
looks like
cheese on
smashed
it.
beans. Yeah.
I'm telling you, do it that way. You're never gonna have them. You're never gonna eat them the other way.
Okay.
You're gonna go, these are terrible. It looks weird coming out of the can. I can't do it.
It looks like dog food.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
It's still in the shape of the can. It has the ridges on the side.
You gotta mix it up real good. Add some water to it so it'll mix right.
Yeah. You gotta
Oh
smash
my
it.
gosh.
You almost gotta refry it. You gotta smash it, fry it up. Yeah.
Man, so next time we have a cookout, we're doing hot dogs, or we're doing them the right way.
Yeah. No more Rib City. We're doing Dog City. We're doing Dogtown.
Dogtown.
Dogtown, USA is what it's gonna be called.
Makes me think of that Lords of Dogtown.
Exactly. That's what I
Dogtown,
was
USA.
thinking. We'll get some skateboards.
Yes.
We'll break some ankles.
I'll bring a penny board.
A what?
Penny board?
What's a penny? Oh, one of those penny boards. Okay, I
Yeah,
got you.
one of those little hitters.
Get one of those. Get
Yeah.
a little ramp going. Cook up some dogs. Do it the Dogtown,
Hurt
USA.
ourselves.
Yep.
Man, this is this is good. This gets me knowing a little bit more about the cultures here, just in the U.S.
Yeah, I know.
About what different people like. It sounds dumb, but what they like on a hot dog. I didn't realize
usually, I
that.
think hot dog just has like a bad aurora around it. When you say you want a hot dog, somebody, I can't imagine somebody being
You just
excited.
think cheap and gross.
Yeah, cheap and gross.
Yeah, so like I will say the best hot dog, like just dog itself that I've ever had from Nebraska. They do these red hot dogs. When I say red, like the dog itself is red.
Like Earl Grey?
Like
Earl, he hooks up them red dogs. It's funny because this whole thing started with you asking about hot dogs, and I thought this was where you were going, and I'm like, I don't know, like what the best dog is.
like it's these right here. It's these red hot dogs.
Wow, I have never seen these before.
When I say they're red, they're red.
Those Cornhusker dogs right there. It looks like they threw some Fritos on there. That's not on the list. That was not the cut.
A Frito chili hot dog?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad either. But those red ones look good,
dude. They're red. I'm gonna
Snappers.
I'm gonna have to bring some for you because they taste different than other hot dogs.
We need to add them to our hot dog cook-off.
Nebraska dogs,
dude. I'm not joking. I have this expression whenever places are like, "Hey, come out. We have some free hot dogs today."
Like, sweet, I'm coming.
The expression that I came up with, and I say this, you can ask Charity. I say, we're going to go blast out on some dogs.
Right.
Because I plan on eating 7 or 8 of them dogs. I plan on showing up
blasting
out on dogs. Because I'm like, I can eat a lot of hot dogs.
Well, I think we just found the title of this episode. Blasting out on them dogs.
Dude, I want to blast out. I want to get I want to line them up and just blast out on them dogs.
Right.
7 or 8. And then we can end with this snapper right here. Just a plain old Nebraska snapper.
Nebraska snapper, dude, it's good. It really is. I went to a baseball game and had this red hot dog. It was good. It was a good time. Hot dogs and baseball. But, man, thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Shout out to the Lost Cobin Brewing Company. This is a hell of a good IPA.
This is really good.
Hell of a good IPA. I would do this one again. I got one more at home, so
I'm going to have to ask you to split it with me.
I will. I can do that. But make sure to go online and follow us at Untappd and Instagram _Dudes&Brews. But we're out of here. Guys, new merchandise available, and this stuff is amazing. We've got a few awesome designs. We even have all new pint glasses and stickers. You know you want one of those glasses. I mean, you already drink a beer while watching the show anyway, so you might as well support the show and put your beer in one of our glasses. The link is in the description, so hit that link and pick up something from us today. Make sure that you use the code DUDES10 at checkout to receive 10% off your order. Again, that's DUDES, DUDES 10, the number 10, 10, at checkout to receive 10% off of your order. We appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of Dudes and Brews. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever platform you're on, we're on there. We have a YouTube channel, Dudes and Brews. We would love if you would subscribe there as well. If you are subscribed and you want to help us out just a little more, unsubscribe and resubscribe again. It sounds funny and stupid and kind of obnoxious, all of the subscribing and resubscribing and stuff, but it helps in these little algorithms games for like climbing the charts, because again, we are organic and we are where we are because of you guys.
Yeah, we really do appreciate your support. Shout us out. We really do love it when you guys interact with us, when you add us, mention us. Put us on your stories, tag us, all that fun stuff, all the stuff the kids are doing. We like grabbing that stuff and we put it up for you guys. So we appreciate you so much. Keep having fun, drinking them brews, hanging with them dudes. Tune in next week for another episode of Dudes and Brews.